Hi guys, welcome back to the Kneady Homesteader channel. And this is a little bit of a different video, but I guess since I've been vlogging about my recovery and kind of my health journey, I guess it's not too odd. But today we're going to talk about my dental implants. It has been 6 months, and I get at least once or twice a day I get asked about my teeth, how I'm healing, how the process was for me. And so I wanted to kind of sit with them for a little bit, because for anybody who's been watching my journey, I was without teeth for a little over 10 months. So even though I've had my teeth now for 6 months, I still went longer without teeth than I have with teeth. so it's an adjustment, and I figured I would just do kind of an updated video on my journey. I know many people found me through you know, my restoration on my mouth, which was the last bit of the physical healing that I had done, that I had left to do. And so it's been a process. So for anyone who's new to my channel and don't know, my family and I were involved in a fatal car accident which killed my husband. We were hit by a drunk driver head on, severely injured my 2 youngest children, and critically injured me. In that process, along with over 150 fractures in my body with my bones, I broke 5 teeth, to the gum, and then because I had such a huge calcium deficiency, because I had so many broken bones and my body was trying to heal so many bones at one time, I had a lot of breakdown with my teeth. My teeth basically just kind of crumbling to dust. And a lot of issues. My teeth were kind of the last thing that I had to repair, because I just had so much other damage that I had to do, learning how to walk again, learning how to use my hands again. I had 2 traumatic brain injuries. I also had my jaw was fractured in 2 places. I needed to let that heal. So it was a process. It was a long process. So I had my teeth removed. That was just the long term. It was the financially just smarter way to go, as well as I just didn't want to have to keep coming back and doing more work done, and having continuous work done, because I had so much calcium deficiency. It was actually pulling from my thyroid, so I'm kind of always a little bit enlarged in this area. That's another whole story. But long story short, if they had tried to keep my front teeth, which were the only ones that really weren't broken, it was only about 5 years, because they had just taken on so much damage. This accident, not only, you know, I took a direct blow to the face with the airbag, which is what, and he hit us on my side of the truck. So 2 brain bleeds, fractured jaw, and pretty much all my teeth. So alright, so fast forward now. So I had all my teeth removed, and then it was a long recovery. It was 10 months. I did choose to go with dental implants. Because of my age, I'm 51, I didn't want to have to deal with glue every day for the rest of my life. If I was a little bit older, I might have gone that route, but because of my age, my surgeon, as well as my dentist, it just they talked me through it because it was very overwhelming. First off, it was a very overwhelming process. So my first advice would be find a dentist that you love and a surgeon that you love and trust, because they really held my hand through all of this. They were wonderful, and they just thought my quality of life would be better served with implants. Now, there are different implants out there. I did not get the ones that screw in and have to be removed by a dentist. That, from my understanding, when they explained it to me, requires like a special surgeon, a special dentist to do that, and a lot more money and a lot more risk to your mouth. For me, having the implants kind of settle into my jaw and become one with my bone is what took the longest. I did have 3 implants that failed right out of the gate. So it took more time than typical, but they really wanted me to heal them because I had so many problems with my bones. I also had problems healing. So my bones, and I will show you. I will show you, and I'll give you a warning, because, you know, not everybody wants to see like a toothless woman. You know, it is what it is, though. But my bones, I did go through bone removal, bone shaving, a contour. They contoured my palate the best that they could, but my bones still healed and grew back irregular. So when I show you my implants, I had an extremely complicated case. In fact, I had one of my surgeon's most complicated cases. But that is because I had a whole lot of other stuff going on with injuries and healing and recovering, and my body had just been through a lot. So if you're going through this process, your results will probably be much better than mine. My end result was much different than what I thought it would be or what we had hoped it would be. However, I'm just so grateful to no longer be in pain. I had a lot of exposed nerves. I had it was hard to eat. It was I did gain weight because I was on a soft food, pretty much like mushed carbohydrates, protein shakes, things of that nature for 10 months, well, almost a year, because it took me a while to get used to using dentures as well. So all that to say, now I'm going to show you. Now, some people say that you see a shadow. Okay, so sometimes it'll look like I have like a filling or a cavity. Those are my implants. I've been asked a couple times, are those my implants? Those are. I have my dentures had to be tweaked a lot. I wanted them kind of on the thin side. I didn't want to gag. I didn't want to, I just wanted them to be comfortable. But we had to contour them around the irregularity of the healing of my bones. So my implants are a lot thicker with a lot more acrylic, which I've been, you know, having to get used to. I still kind of say my S is funny. To me, I sound plasticky. But I never showed, and it's funny because no one in my family, my sister's the same way, my dad when he smiles, my mom when she smiled, we're all kind of like, I'm a bottom jaw talker. So I talk a lot with my bottom jaw, and you won't really ever see the top part of my mouth. When I smile, I'm a closed mouth smiler. I don't show teeth, and I talk a lot with my bottom jaw. And it's funny because the people in my family are the same way. Even Mason does it too. Same with Mina. Closed mouth smilers, and we use our bottom jaw. With my implants and my you know, dentures, I have had to learn to use muscles in my upper lip that I've never had to use before. I also have to talk slower so that my S's are clearer. When I talk really fast, which I am kind of fast talker, I'm a chatty Cathy, I can get very slurpy, very plasticky sounding. I'm learning to move my tongue differently. These are all things, and I mentioned these because I didn't realize that I would have to learn how to talk again when I got dentures. I honestly thought I'd put them in. I'd probably have to get used to them for about, you know, a week or so, but that I would go back to talking how I've always talked. And that has not been the case. It has been a whole process. And just learning how to move my tongue differently when I say different words. Holding my tongue back more when I say my S's. My dentist says sing a lot, so I sing a lot of praise music. And it's been a whole process, and I was not expecting that. Relaxing my upper lip, showing my teeth more. I feel like I'm constantly having to smile when I talk, but it's using muscles. See, when I start talking in the bottom, it gets slurpier. It's learning to talk all over again and learning to use muscles that I have never used before, and moving my tongue in a certain direction I have never had to do before. So it's a process. I'm 6 months in and you guys have probably noticed my little, this is my plasticky S's. You know, my kids and Danny, they don't notice it. They say I'm fine, but I hear it. I notice it. And so I'm learning how to talk a little slower, learning to move that tongue a little bit different, learning to use my mouth in a different way. So that's been a process. So I'm going to take out my teeth and I'm going to show you what my implants look like, because I know there's a lot of you that follow me that are in this process, and you might be like I was. I saw the model that they showed me, but mine is so different than that original model that they showed me because of all my complications. So I figured I would share this because, you know, when we share, you know, and share our experiences, it just, for me, when I watched other people, it taught me a lot, and moved my expectations. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to show you my teeth. I'm going to take my teeth out. If you don't want to see a toothless lady, I don't blame you. I don't. Turn off the video now. For anyone else who wants to stick around, I'm going to show you what my implants look like. It's funny that I went so long without teeth, because now when I don't have teeth, I feel like so sunken in. I hate taking them out at night because they feel so natural now, where at first they didn't. It took a while. It took a while. So if you're in this process, give yourself grace. It'll take a while. So I'm going to show you really fast what my upper implants look like. And you'll notice the overgrowth of bone on this side, and this is where I had the most fails. This is also the side that I have to be really careful about, so I have no tension band on this upper side. And then I have more implants on this, but this side healed beautifully. So, can you see that? I know I tracked it right. So do you see how much lower that is than this? Okay, and then on my bottom jaw, I had an overgrowth of bone on my bottom jaw, which is why my implant is much thicker on the bottom. You see all that gum? All that bone overgrowth. So, so we had to really tweak these and move these around. I worked really closely with the man who made these for me. And we got them. So, but they are a little, I didn't care so much about the look as I did the feel. So these are my uppers. This is the side right here that has no tension band, okay? So that this lower, if any of the implants were to fail, it would be this one, they said. So I don't even eat really on this side. I chew everything on this side. I'm just allowing this to heal and to adhere to the bone more. But you'll see, like, one of my implants, do you see how it kind of, let's see if I can get that to focus. You see that? So the coloring that you see in my mouth that might look like a cavity, that's actually my implant. Now that, it's not sticking out, it's in the acrylic. However, you can see it. And they've had to do that because that bone is so dramatically low that in order for it not to affect the rest of the teeth, we had to bring that real close. Robbie was his name, the guy who made these for me, and he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes. I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm here because I want to be able to speak, and I want to be able to eat, and I want to be able to live the rest of my life not in pain, especially from my mouth. So, so you'll see, and I try not to get emotional, but it's been an emotional journey. Losing my teeth wasn't something that I expected to do. So, but you'll see my implants are dark. The bands in them right now, I think, are the dark blue ones. The no tension is like a green color, but the rest are navy blue. I'm all on a 1 tension, so I don't have them in very tight. They're in good, but they're easy for my damaged hands to get them in and out without a problem. And so then these are my bottom ones. And so again, it's because the color is so dark that they do pick up as a shadow on the teeth. So you can see like a shadowing. So it might look like I have like a cavity or a filling, but it's not. It's the bands. And if I went to a 2, it would be a different color, so it might actually lighten up, but it doesn't bother me. So so these are my teeth. And I love them. When I had them made, I was really emotional about not having a space between my center teeth, because I've always had a space. And Robbie said he could make me a space if I wanted it, and I said, no, you know what, I think I'm going to try to go without it. And, but I did tell him that I did not want perfect teeth. So, I'm going to click them in for you. They click in. So, for anyone who's not, I'm going to just bring you a little closer. For anyone who's not seen implants before, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I'm going to try to click them in for you so you can hear them. I always put my bottom in first. You hear that? So you just pop right in. But do you see how thick that acrylic is? That's because my bone overgrew. Okay, and then this one, because this is my weak side, I'm really going to talk funny. This is my weak side. I always put this part of my denture in first, and you just relax your tongue, relax your lip, and then push, and they click right in. And that's it. So, my teeth, like, there's one tooth that's a little bit shorter than this one. I have a little space here in this one. I wanted them not perfect. I'm like, please, Robbie, don't make them perfect. I don't want them to look like, you know, I wanted to smile, and I don't want them to not look like me. So they had asked me when initially went in, you know, they've got books of like all different smiles, all different teeth. And I had been looking at different teeth and different, you know, different smiles, and, you know, oh, I like her smile, oh, I like her smile. But the closer that I got, the more anxious I felt, and overwhelmed. And then I got to a point where I kind of cried. And I said, you know what? She's like, you know, when I went in with my dentist, she's like, so, you know, have you thought about what you wanted, you know, which direction you want to go? And I said, I just want to look like me. Sorry. I just want to look like me. I had lost so much of myself and my identity, even my identity in Matt. Because when you become a widow, like, you lose your identity. So, I really just wanted to look like myself. I said, I want to look like myself had I had braces and had, you know, really good teeth. And so I said, I don't want them super white. So I don't want them like glowing, like glow in the dark. I don't want them super white, but I don't want them perfect. And I want them the shape that I had. So what we did is we went back through old pictures of myself, and she got a really good idea of like my teeth kind of small, and she matched them pretty spot on. I mean, they feel like me, they look like me. I look at old pictures of my teeth before the accident, and they're small just like that. They're not super white, but they're white, and they're not picture perfect, and that's exactly what I wanted. And I love them, and I love the fact that I'm not hurting anymore. I love the fact that I don't have that pain, that excruciating, like, open nerve pain that I had in what felt like every tooth in my mouth. It was a process, but it was worth it. So if you are going through this, know it is worth it. It's going to take a while to adjust. I didn't realize, you know, they prepared me. They were really, really good. My dentist was amazing. And she prepared me. She said, look, it might take us a month. It might take us 2 months. And it did. It took 8 weeks to get my teeth adjusted perfectly. And every time we would adjust, at first, I was going back like 3 days a week. I was going back sometimes 4 days. Sometimes I'd go back twice in one day just to tweak something, to move something, to shave something. But as we progressed, I needed less and less adjustments. And the last bit of adjusting that I needed, other than I needed the bands tightened, I went from a 0, no retention, to a 1. Were some sore spots that I was getting. And the thing with the sore spots is you wait it out for a little bit and you see if they're going to go away, because your gums do have to kind of toughen up. They're not used to having dentures on them, so your gums have to adjust. I have a really high pain tolerance, so I kind of let the sores, I had 2 sores, both in the upper jaw, on the ends, the very ends. The denture itself was too high, so what it was doing was cutting into the upper part of my cheek. And I let it go too long because I thought, you know, I thought it would go away, and it didn't. And so I went in and they had turned into ulcers. So don't do that. Don't wait on pain. If you are have any kind of discomfort, go back in, let them adjust it until it fits like Cinderella's glass slipper. All of a sudden, one day they're just going to fit perfectly, and then you're going to be like, I don't want to touch them. They're perfect the way they are. So that's how that's going. I wanted to share with you because I did get a couple questions about the things that I use to take care of them. Okay, so my dentist gave me this purple box, and this is what I use every night to soak them in. But before I do that, I bought this. Now I have it plugged in so that you could see it. This is a little ultrasonic cleaner for dentures. Okay, I'm going to move you this way a little bit so you can see it. It has a 3-minute and a 6-minute clean time. I always use the 6-minute, and it has a black light. Okay, so once you turn it on, so what you do is you fill it up with warm water. What I use is this product called Liquid Crystal, and a couple of you that work in the dentistry industry pointed me to this because I would have never known about it. My dentist didn't even know about this. It is a dental appliance soak cleanser, but this one removes, kills bacteria and fungi. It's super strong. Now you can't let your dentures soak in them overnight. It's 15 minutes max. So what I do is I put it in, I use 2 squirts of this. So 2 pumps of this in warm water. I fill this with warm water. I put my dentures in, I close it, and then I set the timer. And do you see the blue light? So that's the black light inside that helps kill bacteria. So between, now this I was able to get on Amazon. This is also from Amazon, so I will leave links for these down below in case you want to look for them. Love this. This makes my dentures feel so clean. And I tell you, it's like, you know when you go to the dentist and you get a cleaning and then all of a sudden you feel your teeth and they feel so clean. That's what it's like having really clean dentures. So I am kind of addicted to that feeling. So I love to get them super clean. So I do this once every night. I do this at night. So after this runs, I take my dentures out. I, of course, then rinse this out really well. I take my dentures out, and then I fill this up with warm water. I put my dentures in here, and then I add, I bought this container off of Amazon. It's like it's got like the vacuum. I have both the Effordent. I don't know if you can, if that'll focus. I have the Effordent, and then I have the Polydent, which the Polydent is overnight whitening. Between the two, I love this one. This one has such a clean taste to it. I love it. And it does make your teeth really white overnight. The Effordent I use during the day in between my meals, like after I eat. I'll go and I'll do a quick, I don't use the crystal. This I only use at night because this is expensive. Okay, so that's a one-time only. But after I eat like breakfast or lunch or dinner, I will take out my teeth, give them a quick brush. I do use a what is this, denture brush, and I clean inside the implants. I put them in here. I put one of these Effordent tabs in there. I just set it for a quick 3-minute wash, and then take them out, rinse them off, put them back in, clean this out, and then I'm good. So these I use during the day, and then I use the Polydent overnight. I'll leave links to these down below, as well as my container, because I love this container. And you know, I'm a good prepper, so I buy extras. So in case anything happens, I have plenty of denture cleaner. But I love the whitening. It tastes so good. And then this locks down, and it's airtight, and it's awesome. So I have the denture brush, which is, don't really use this side, to be honest. I use this side, and this is what gets into those implants and cleans them up. I do not brush my dentures. Robbie, the guy who made them, my lab guy, he said don't brush them. He's like, rinsing them is way enough. This can cause scratches. scratches you can't even see, which will then damage the acrylic. So I don't ever brush my dentures. I only brush inside the implants. And then I've got this little brush that my dentist gave me. And this is what I use to clean when I take my dentures out and they're soaking. This is what I use to clean my implants with. It's just a little tiny brush, and you just go around all your implants and give them a good scrub. And then once every night, when I do the crystal, I go ahead and I do Auracare. Now, Auracare, to my knowledge, is something you have to get through your dentist. They do not have this on Amazon, although they do have some like cheap knockoffs. But my dentist said that the knockoffs do not, they're not like this. This Auracare, it's a health rinse. There's a part 1 and a part 2. They give you a little cup. It's 2. I do 2 pumps of part 1, 2 pumps of part 2. You let it sit there for 30 to 60 seconds to activate, and then you give your mouth a good rinse. This is what heals your mouth. When I was healing from all that surgery, and my sores, the ulcers that I got, this is what healed me up super fast. The healing on this is incredible. So if you're having any problems with your gums, or healing, like when I had all those stitches, this is what I used. It is incredible stuff. Again, pricey. I want to say both. It comes in a kit, and I pay $40 for the kit. But it lasts quite a while. It says that you can use 4 pumps of each one, but that's way too much. And even my dentist said that's too much. 2 pumps of each, that's all you need. And I just get this from my dentist. And anytime it's running low, like these are starting to run low, I have one that I just bought for my backup. And then what I do is when I break into my backup, I'll go back and I'll buy another one. So I always have a backup. So Auracare, love that. So Auracare, the liquid crystal cleaner, the ultrasonic cleaner, the 2 brushes, and then of course the Polydent and the Effordent, and then the little case. And I didn't upgrade this because this works just fine. And that's it. That's it, you guys. If you have any questions about my implants or about, anything that I showed, leave them down below. I am no professional, okay? I'm learning as I'm going, but I will try my very best to answer them. I know one of you just sent me an email with your new dentures that you had put in. I feel like I have walked this journey with many of you hand in hand, and I'm praying over you. I'm praying over your wellness. I'm praying over your healing. I'm praying for full restoration for you, and miraculous healing, because I know the mouth, like most of us, if we have any kind of stress when it comes to going to the doctor, usually it's the dentist. So it can be so scary. It can be so overwhelming. It can just feel like a lot. I've been there. I've been in that chair, and just know that I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you, and I am a walking, talking testimony that you can be healed, and you can, you grieve. Anyone that goes through a process like this and loses their teeth, I never in a million years thought I'd lose my teeth. I knew I had a lot of damage. I struggled with eating when I was recovering. I was in the hospital when I came home. I knew that I had a lot of damage, but I never thought I'd lose my teeth. And this whole experience has taught me how to be in a season of surrender, and surrendering and letting go has really helped me grow. just as a person, just as a spiritually, knowing that I can let go and trust that God is going to carry me. Trust that His mercy and His grace, He is going to heal me, and He will turn it around. He will turn it around. There were a few times I laid in that bed after, you know, especially after having the bone removal and the contouring of the palate, and I said, what did I do? Should I have done this? Maybe I should have just lived with the tooth pain. Hey, I should have just had, you know, my teeth pulled out and just kind of dealt with what you know, you're in it and you get a little panicky. And I just really learned how to have faith, how to press into that, how to press into prayer, how to give it to God, how to not carry it. It was too much for me, and I had to let it go, and I had to just surrender it. And I'm so happy with the results. Again, still learning how to talk. Still learning how to talk. And I don't eat I still can't do steak. I still can't do like anything that's like hard like that. That's like chewy or anything. I still struggle a little bit. I still struggle with speaking clearly. And saying my S's without sounding super plasticky, slowing down, you know, but I'm happy. I'm so happy with the results. I'm so happy to be healed. I'm so happy to not be in pain. So if you are going through it, I hope my story is an inspiration to you, a story of hope and perseverance. So anyway, okay, I love you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try my very best to answer, even though I don't know, you know, I don't know anything super techy. I do have some super techy people that follow me, though. I have a lot of women, especially in the dental industry. So ladies, if you see something that you can answer, have at it down below and help a fellow sister or brother out. But thank you so much for being in this journey with me, you guys. I know it was not easy for me to come on and speak in front of a camera for almost a year with no teeth, but it really taught me about humbleness and humility, and really changed me for the better, So God love you. God bless you. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.